Welcome to the series of lectures for understanding project management in 90 minutes. Let us move forward to discuss the scope definition process. Scope is the boundary. The requirements collected in the previous process define the scope. Some requirements are included, some are excluded, based on some criteria. From the requirements, scope is developed. Let us define the scope. Scope definition is a subject covered under this process, a process to develop a detailed description of the project and product. Why scope definition is so important? Requirements collection process has provided a lot of requirements, but what requirements are included and what are excluded? What criteria we can use to define our project scope? The answers to these questions are provided by this process. Very first criterion is the project charter. Then cost, time, and quality constraints are used to create the acceptance criteria. If a collected requirement is out of budget or require more than allocated time, it would not be feasible to include in project scope. Scope of the project must include coherent requirements to apply all the efforts in correct direction of project charter. What could be the implications of not using this process properly? Scope is defined using the stakeholder requirements. A boundary is developed between the requirements included and excluded. If this boundary is not developed, it would be difficult for the project manager to manage the limited resources for unlimited requirements, and eventually the project cost and time would become unmanageable, resulting in severe failure, especially with unaccepted outputs. That's all about the scope definition. I hope you have a better understanding now. In case you have some queries or suggestions, please let me know through comments. Now let us move to the next process.